For generations, we were taught a simple story about the Americas before Columbus: vast, empty, pristine wilderness. We pictured small, scattered tribes living lightly on the land, waiting for European arrival to jumpstart civilization. This narrative gave rise to the myth of an empty continent, ripe for colonization. But what if that story is profoundly wrong? What if the Americas, on the eve of 1492, were home to some of the world's most sophisticated, populous, and environmentally engineered societies? This is the core revelation of Charles C. Mann's book, 1491. The traditional view is shattered by mounting evidence that suggests pre-Columbian societies were not simple, but complex, urban, and massive. The Amazon rainforest, for instance, wasn't untouched jungle, it was an actively managed garden, shaped by humans creating rich, fertile soils known as terra preta. The vast plains and forests of North America weren't wilderness, they were carefully maintained ecosystems, managed by indigenous peoples using controlled burning and selective harvesting. Mann's work forces us to confront three major truths we conveniently forgot. First, the populations were enormous, likely tens of millions, rivaling those of Europe. Second, they were masters of environmental engineering, creating agricultural systems and urban centers that were more sustainable than anything Europe had yet produced. And finally, the reason Europeans thought the land was empty was due to the single greatest tragedy in human history: the Great Dying. The catastrophic spread of Old World diseases like smallpox and measles, diseases the indigenous populations had no immunity to, swept through the continents decades before most Europeans even showed up. These diseases wiped out up to 90% of the population, leading to the collapse of great cities and the rapid reclaiming of managed farmlands by the forest. What Columbus's successors found was not pristine wilderness, but a post-apocalyptic landscape, a ghost world of survivors and abandoned cities. This is the truth of 1491, and it's the history we must rediscover.